All right, I think we're good. I think we're live. What's up, everybody? Holy crap, man. I mean, this slate is just absolutely freaking nuts. Like, I mean, I guess we can try and talk through injury news. So many freaking guys have been ruled out. It was a pretty quiet day until like 4 o'clock, and then just everyone started getting ruled out. I mean, just Malcolm Brogdon, Sabonis, Bradley Beal, Saban Lee, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart. We just got word Karl-Anthony Towns is out. Some other ones, let's see if there's any I missed. Cole Anthony will play. Wendell Carter will play. But yeah, the big ones, Malcolm Brogdon's out. Domantas Sabonis is out. Karl-Anthony Towns is out. And, 3 Pistons are out. The Pistons are really shorthanded. They've got a lot of guys out. So there's value from the Pistons now. There's some really good plays that I like from Indiana now. Naz Reid's in play for value now with Cat out. I think D'Angelo Russell looks a little bit better. This is just a freaking crazy slate, man. There's so many good plays today. There's so many guys that are projecting really, really well. This is going to be a super high-scoring slate. I can already tell you. I'll try and do my best to kind of give you guys like my thoughts, what I'm liking. If you have questions, you can start throwing those in chat. We're going to be live for about 20-25 minutes. I do have to go update my Patreon content because I didn't update yet for Cat being out. I'll update that in a second or after I get off the stream. But if you guys have questions tonight, throw those in chat. We'll try and answer all the questions, talk through this slate. Hopefully no more bombs drop. I'll say that. I mean, it's just been unreal. Guys are getting ruled out left and right. But what's up, everybody? We did get a $10 super chat from my man T Money. Noah the GOAT, the true DFS king. Happy holidays to you and the DFS fam. Let's get this money. Hey, T Money, let's get it, baby. Appreciate the $10 super chat, buddy. Thank you, my man. Hope you have a good Christmas, buddy. Hope you have a good holiday. Yeah, this is a crazy slate, Michael. Crazy slate. You like D'Lo tonight? Yeah, I think now that Cat's out, Anthony Edwards is out too. I will say that, it's a road matchup against the Jazz, so this is obviously not a good spot for Minnesota. There's some blowout risk here. Like, Minnesota could definitely come out here and just lose by like 20 or 30. But man, like, if this game stays close, I think D-Russ has a lot of upside just because he's going to get so much usage. I think Malik Beasley, has some upside too. Naz Reid. It's a tough matchup for Naz Reid against Gobert, but like, he's going to just have to play as many minutes as he can. And we've seen Naz Reid, when he gets minutes, he can be really productive. Last time Cat was out, Naz Reid played 34 minutes, had 30 DK points. Obviously, different matchup against Brooklyn. But Naz Reid at 4,200, power forward and center eligible on Draftkings. Like, he's a really good value play. I like him quite a bit. There's some guys I like from Minnesota. I would say Naz Reid's the priority, but the D-Russ, Anthony Edwards, or not Anthony Edwards, but D-Russ, Malik Beasley, those guys look solid too. Booker or Mitchell? So Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell? I'd say Donovan Mitchell, I guess, if I had to pick one. Jang, Naz Reid, or Corey Joseph? Give me a Naz Reid for sure. Cat is out. We just got word Cat's out, I think like 5 minutes ago. So, Naz Reid's the guy that really benefits, but I think you'll see more usage for D'Angelo Russell and maybe more usage for Malik Beasley as well. What's up, Didi? What's up, my man? Ryder Kojo, give me DeLon Wright still. But now that all these guys are out for Detroit, like, I think Corey Joseph is for sure in play for value. I mean, so no Cade Cunningham, no Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart's out, Kelly Olynyk's out, Saban Lee's out, Killian Hayes is out, Rodney McGruder's out. I think Corey Joseph starts and plays a lot of minutes if it's a close game. He's only 3,400, so yeah, Corey Joseph's a guy you could look to for value. I don't want to be loading up on Pistons because it's still the Pistons and they suck and they could just come out here and get blown out, but there are some guys that are in play now from Detroit, whereas Detroit was a team I didn't have that much interest in to begin with. Now there's some guys you can definitely play on the Pistons. Cousins or Jang? Give me Cousins. Ernie Gomez, Walker, Okiki, Jokic, how's that? Jace, I think that's decent. Okiki, we did get word that Wendell Carter and Cole Anthony are both playing, so I'm not as high on those Magic guys. Like, I don't think those Magic guys look nearly as good. But Okiki should still start and play like 30 minutes, so he's still viable. I'm not as interested now that Cole Anthony and Wendell Carter are playing. LeVert or Russell? I would still take LeVert. No Sabonis, no Brogdon. I mean, LeVert should crush tonight. LeVert and Miles Turner, I think, are really, really good plays. So, and it's a great matchup against Houston. I mean, LeVert's projecting really, really well right now. So is Miles Turner. Hernan Gomez or Reed? Yeah, I still think I'm going to take Hernan Gomez over Naz Reid. Straight up, just because I think the matchup's way better for Hernan Gomez. He's also a really good point per minute player. But you could play both if you wanted to. Like, you could play Hernangomez and Reed together if you wanted to. Favorite values? God, there's so many values today. I would say Willie Hernangomez, Naz Reed. I mean, the Hawks guys, especially if Kevin Huerter's out again. Like, Kevin Huerter might play today for Atlanta, but if he's out again, I think Cam Reddish still looks like a really good value. I think DeLon Wright's a really good value. Let me think. Like, Corey Joseph as a punt option, I kind of like. I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie's, it depends what you consider value, but now that Bradley Beal's out, I love Spencer Dinwiddie. So Dinwiddie's played 3 games this year without Bradley Beal. In those 3 games, he's put up 53, 51, and 45 fantasy points. So Spencer Dinwiddie's been amazing without Bradley Beal this year. So I think Dinwiddie at 5,300, I don't know if you consider that value, but he's a really good play too. But yeah, I would say those are some of my favorite values. But there's so much value today. So many guys are out that, yeah, you can just kind of play your favorite values, honestly. D'Lo or Wendell Carter, I would take D'Lo. Turner, Wright, and Hart, or Dinwiddie, Collins, and Reddish. So Miles Turner, DeLon Wright, Josh Hart, or Dinwiddie, Collins, and Reddish. Man, that's really close, Gabriel. I think I'll say Dinwiddie, Collins, and Reddish, but that's close. Okay, we just get word Sharif Cooper's out for Atlanta, and Kevin Huerter remains out, so that's good. So Kevin Huerter's still out, and Sharif Cooper's out. So Atlanta's just, they're losing even more bodies. No Sharif Cooper. I mean, I don't think he played much last night. How much did he play? I mean, he played 12 minutes last night. Those 12 minutes are going to go to somebody, I guess. But yes, it's good. Okay, so Kevin Huerter still being out, that's good for these Atlanta guys. So I think, Cam Reddish, DeLon Wright still look really good. I was going to be a little bit worried about them if Kevin Huerter played, but now that he's out, yeah, I still like those guys. I mean, this is just unreal, man. Like, guys are just getting ruled out like every 5 minutes somebody's getting ruled out. I mean, this literally feels like, I remember the last slate before they like canceled the league, or before they like shut down the league. This literally feels like what we're heading into. So I remember that day when they shut down the league, like they were postponing games and there was all this crap. This feels like what we're headed to right now. I mean, this is crazy. LaMelo or Ingram? If you had a salary, I'd go LaMelo. Is Embiid or Jokic a must-spend up option on this slate? I mean, you're going to have the salary to fit him. I will say that, a lot of the good value today is at center. So Willie Hernangomez, Naz Reed, both those guys, I like a lot for value, and they're both, centers. But yeah, there's so much value. You could play Jokic if you wanted to. I think Jokic is by far one of the best pay-up options. Jokic, LeBron, probably the guys I'd be spending for. Naz Reed or DeMarcus Cousins? Oh man, that's close. I think I would take Naz Reed over Boogie, but that's really close. That's a coin flip. Your thoughts on Diallo with Detroit shorthanded? Yeah, I mean, like, Hamidou Diallo, he probably gets no ownership on this slate. And we've seen Hamidou Diallo, when he gets minutes, when he's got the ball in his hands, like, he can be really productive, and he should get minutes now that there's so many of these Detroit guys out. So, like, that's a really good, low-owned dart throw that nobody's going to be on. The Wizards value, good play. I mean, Dinwiddie, I like a lot. I think Kuzma's fine, but he doesn't really stand out as much at his price point. Dinwiddie's the guy that really stands out from the Wizards now that Beal's out. Best Dallas value? There's not much value on Dallas. All the guys that you would be considering got priced up. Like Sterling Brown's 4,700. They're still playable, but there's not like standout plays from Dallas. My favorite Dallas guy would be Brunson if I had to play anyone there. Who starts for Sabonis? I'd assume they're gonna, still start Miles Turner at center, and then probably, man, I really don't know what their starting lineup's gonna be. It's probably gonna be Miles Turner, LeVert, Justin Holiday, maybe Duarte gets in there, and then maybe like, I don't know, maybe O'Shea Brissett could start. Where's Indiana at? It's probably gonna be LeVert, Turner, Duarte, Holiday. Yeah, maybe Brissett, maybe Keelan Martin. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Brad Wanamaker starts. He started last time Brogdon was out. Cousins, Dinwiddie, Nwora, or Reed? Give me Dinwiddie. Okay, Frank Jackson will play for Detroit, so we just got that. SJ or Ja? Give me Ja. How did Kuzma do with no Beal? I'll take a look. Let me see. So Beal's been out 3 games this year. It was one of these. So this game against Boston, Beal was out. 47 minutes for Kuzma. That had to have been like an overtime game. Oh no, never mind, that's not the right one. So this game right here, against Indiana, October 22nd, Beal was out that game. 38 minutes, 43 fantasy points for Kuzma. And then these two games against Orlando and against New Orleans, Beal was out. 34 minutes, 36 fantasy points, 30 minutes, 20 fantasy points. So Kuzma in 3 games without Beal, 20 fantasy points, 36 fantasy points, 43 fantasy points. But you look at Dinwiddie's game log, Dinwiddie's been unreal without Bradley Beal. 53 fantasy points in 34 minutes, 45 fantasy points in 31 minutes, 51 fantasy points in 34 minutes. Those are Dinwiddie's numbers this year without Beal, the 3 games he's played. I think I should take Okeke out. Who should I switch him with? I have 5,300, wasn't 100% with him. Let's see. I mean, if Jordan Nwora is still starting, you could play Jordan Nwora at 5K. He started last night and played a good amount of minutes once again. So, like, you could go Jordan Nwora, you could go Naz Reid, and then maybe upgrade somewhere else. Naz Reid's 4,200, so you could, like, play him and then maybe, spend some of that extra salary somewhere. I mean, it's fine to keep Okeke, but those would probably be, like, the other 2 guys I'd swap to. Is LeBron your top spend up? I'd say Jokic is my favorite spend up. The only issue with Jokic tonight is that it's really tough to play him because there's good value at center that I want to try and play. Like, I want to play Willie Hernangomez. I want to play Naz Reid. If I'm playing those guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Jokic in there too. But I think Jokic and LeBron are 2 of my favorite spend-ups. Reddish or Diallo? Give me Reddish still. Do you like Kemba? I think Kemba's still in play. Yeah, he's starting. D Rose is out. RJ Barrett's still out. Most of the guys that have been out for the Knicks are still out. So I think Kemba's going to play big minutes. His price has come up, but he's still in play for me. Dinwiddie, Kemba, or LeVert? I would go LeVert. DeLon Wright or Dinwiddie? Dinwiddie. You like Bridges for the Suns? I'm not interested in any Suns. The Suns Thunder game is literally like the most unappealing game on this slate. Like, there's nothing I want to play in that game. Wright or Dinwiddie? Give me Dinwiddie. Hart, Turner, Kuzma, or LeVert? LeVert. Middleton, Collins, or Wendell Carter? Give me John Collins there. Duarte a good play? I think Duarte's viable. Now that Sabonis and Brogdon are out, I don't think Duarte's like a favorite value of mine, but he's playable. Yeah, he's playable. Corey Joseph a good value. I mean, Corey Joseph's cheap and he should play a lot of minutes, so yeah, he's in play on this slate. I still kind of question the upside for Corey Joseph, but again, he's cheap and he's going to get minutes. No, you the man. Cash $500 on Prize Picks with your help. Hey, Jonathan, let's go, baby. We'd love to hear that. Love to hear that, man. Locking Jokic with all this value. I mean, I don't say you have to lock in Jokic, but he's surely one of the best pay-up options. We've kind of mentioned that already. I think if I'm spinning up for anybody today, it's LeBron, it's Jokic, it's probably like Dejounte Murray, 3rd favorite stud. Any interest in LaMelo Ball? I mean, I think LaMelo's fine, but like on this slate, LaMelo doesn't really stand out. There's just too many other options I prefer. Brunson or LeVert? I think I'd take LeVert, honestly. Jokic and LeBron together with all the value. If you can fit that, yeah, might as well. Kemba or Spencer Dinwiddie? Give me Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie and Middleton or Kemba and Collins? Already have Wright and Reddish. So Dinwiddie, Middleton, or Kemba and Collins? Give me Dinwiddie and Middleton. Kemba and Wright or Dinwiddie and Wright? So Kemba versus Dinwiddie, I would take Dinwiddie. I'm seeing a lot of Kemba Dinwiddie questions. I prefer Dinwiddie there if you're choosing between the two. Is LeVert a lock button right? I mean, I wouldn't say LeVert's a lock button because he's not that cheap. But I mean, he's projecting out really, really well. LeVert looks like a great play with Brogdon and Sabonis both out. And it's a fantastic matchup against Houston. I mean, he's projected for almost 50 DraftKings points and he's 7,700. So he still looks really, really good. But there's obviously, some pass to LeVert failing here. I wouldn't call him a lock button play, but he's definitely one of the best plays on the slate. Hernangomez, Reid, or Robinson? Give me Hernangomez still, but I think it's close between him and Naz Reid, but I probably would still take Hernangomez. Best forward for 3,400? Let's see. Man, I don't know if there's much down here that I'd really be playing. I mean, you're probably looking at like, I guess maybe Jeremy Lamb. Maybe without Brogdon and Sabonis, he plays a little bit more. There's not many cheap fours I'd be playing this cheap. Maybe Korkmaz. I don't think I'd be jamming in any guys down here. So you might just want to like rebuild. There's not much I love down there at forward at least. On one center sites, do you need Jokic or Embiid? I mean, I don't think so, just because there's so many other good center plays. You know, Naz Reid, Hernan Gomez, Miles Turner I like a lot too. It's so tough, man. I think Jokic and Embiid have massive ceilings, but there's also some good value at center that projects really well. So it's kind of just how you want to construct. If you really like your lineup with Jokic or Embiid in there, then just, you know, let it roll. But if there's some guards and fours that you can pay up for and then go cheap at center, then, you know, do that. Is Drew still in play? Giannis and Bobby Portis are still out, so yeah, Drew's in play still. Just keep an eye on the starting lineup for Milwaukee. It's a back-to-back. Milwaukee played yesterday. We saw last time they were on a back-to-back, they rested Drew and they rested Middleton without any report of them resting. So make sure that Drew and Middleton are starting before you play them. I'll just say that. So if you have Drew in your lineup, pay attention to the Bucks starting lineup. Make sure that Drew's in there. Jones over Hernan Gomez. You talking about Herbert Jones? No, I'd take Hernan Gomez over Herbert Jones. You like Brunson on Yahoo, or would you prefer cheaper point guards? I think Brunson's a really good play on Yahoo. There's a lot of point guards in play on Yahoo. Like, you got Dinwiddie, you got Kimba, who's cheap, you got DeLon Wright, who's still cheap. There's plenty of good point guard plays, but I think Brunson's, you know, a good option for sure. Corey Joseph, LeBron, Josh Hart, Middleton, or Murray, Naz Reid, LeVert, Kuzma. Kojo, LeBron, Hart, Middleton, or Naz Reid, Murray, LeVert, Kuzma. I would take the second, Gabriel. Murray, Reid, LeVert, and Kuzma. Any prize picks plays you like for the NFL game? We'll see. I'll take a look. There was one that I really liked. I'll give out for free for the people. See if it's changed anywhere yet. So yeah, AJ Brown's 52. That was one of my favorite picks that I gave out for Patreon members, was over 52.5 receiving yards for AJ Brown. I like that number a lot if you want to take that. Then I also really like Deontay Foreman's rushing yards. I mean, Deontay Foreman, I know this isn't an NFL stream, but Deontay Foreman's been getting like a ton of carries. If he can average like 3 yards a carry, he's going to hit this over. So 46.5 rushing yards for Deontay Foreman. That's another one I like for the NFL game tonight. I'm going really heavy in NBA though today, so I don't even know if I'm going to do any NFL entries tonight. Okay, it looks like they did bring back, so LeVert and Miles Turner are back on the board. They got LeVert at 42.7 and they got Miles Turner at 40.3. So that's interesting. I got over 36.5 on LeVert and over 35.5 on Turner, and I'm feeling really good about those. Man, Prize Picks, I don't know if there's anyone that works for Prize Picks that's watching this stream right now, but Prize Picks has been getting so quick with taking players off the board. If a player gets ruled out, you have about 45 seconds to get your entry in before they're off the board. I think they're really starting to catch on that people are like me, probably, that, you know, we're getting our entries in before they take the guys off, and they're probably pissed about it. But I was luckily able to get the overs on LeVert and Turner before they adjusted the lines, and I was also able to get the overs on Dinwiddie and Kuzma before they adjusted those lines too. So I got 2 NBA entries going in tonight, and I feel pretty good about both of them. McMillan said of Bogdanovic, his second game from injury, he's still going to be restricted coming off the bench. Said that he's hoping Bogey's minutes can increase tonight. Was limited to 16 or 20 last game, but went a little over since he felt fine. Okay, I mean, Bogdanovic was still going to be on a minutes limit, but there's that report. Miles Turner, a good play? Yeah, I like Miles Turner a lot. I think his upside's really high without Sabonis and without Brogdon. I mean, you're just going to see so much usage for Miles Turner, so much usage for LeVert. Those are going to be the 2 guys doing all the heavy lifting for Indiana tonight. So I think both have a massive ceiling. Collins, LeVert, Holiday, or Middleton? Man, like, I still think I'd take Karis LeVert there over Drew and Middleton, honestly. I really like LeVert. Yeah, we talked about that, Gabriel. I think Kuzma, in his 3 games without Beal, he had like 40 fantasy points one game, he had 30 another game, and then I think he had 20 another game. So he's kind of been all over the place. But no Beal should definitely help Kuzma. I still think, though, at his price point, he's not nearly as good of a play as Dinwiddie is. Russell or LeVert? Give me LeVert. Diallo and Jokic, or LeBron and Fournier? Give me LeBron and Fournier. That's a close one. Collins, Randall, or Wood? Give me Julius Randle. Herbert Jones has way better upside. Talking about than Hernan Gomez? I mean, no shot, man. No shot. The only reason you can't look at Hernan Gomez game log because he hasn't been a starter. Now J-Val's out, so Hernan Gomez is going to be a starter, and he probably projected to play 10, 12 more minutes than he normally would. Hernan Gomez's upside is so much higher than Herbert Jones now that he's the starter. Corey Joseph or Kemba Walker? Give me Kemba. $5,800 forward. I think Fournier is $5,800, so I'd probably play him there. Is LeVert a real good option with no Brogdon and Sabonis? Yeah, we've been talking about LeVert the whole damn stream, man. Favorite values on Yahoo? It's a lot of the guys we've already talked about. Dinwiddie, Reddish, Hernan Gomez, Naz Reid, like those guys. Wagner or Collins? Give me Collins. Collins still a top play. I still like John Collins a lot, yeah. I think John Collins is going to play a ton of minutes if it's a close game. And we saw his upside last night. Without Trey, without Capella, John Collins is going to get plenty of opportunity, plenty of usage. Okay, so these are the Hawks available players. DeLon Wright, Skylar Mays, Cam Reddish, John Collins, Gorgie Jang, Bogdan, Lance Stevenson, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, Hill, and Wonder. So the Hawks still have 11 players available. I don't think all 11 players are going to play, but they do have 11 bodies. We should expect, though, if it's a close game, I think we'll see big minutes for DeLon Wright, big minutes for Cam Reddish, big minutes for John Collins, and then, the rest of the minutes will be spread out for the most part. I thought Bogdan was going to play a lot last night, but they clearly limited him, and they said they're going to limit him again. Do you like Tyler Hero? On this slate, not much interest in Tyler Hero. There's just too many other good plays I like. Reddish or Cousins? Give me Reddish. You think LeBron plays with that game time decision tag? Yeah, LeBron's been, I think he's probable, so he should play. But, just about every day that LeBron's questionable, he normally plays. So LeBron's going to play. Russell, Ja, Cousins, or LeVert, Murray, and Reed? Give me the second one there. Hernan Gomez or Reed? I'd still take Hernan Gomez, but, Naz Reid, obviously with Cat out, looks pretty good too. I worry about the matchup for Naz Reid going up against Gobert. I also worry about foul trouble too. Then we LeVert, Murray, Reddish, Collins, Randall, Turner, Hernan Gomez. I think that's solid. Solid lineup. Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter Jr. is fine, but on this slate, with his price coming up, he's just not someone that I think I'd be that excited about. He was in my sheet on Patreon earlier as kind of like a first look value play, and then I took him out just with so much other value opening up. D'Lo or Cole Anthony? Give me D'Lo. I think Cole Anthony's going to be on a minutes limit. I'm pretty sure I saw that earlier, so I would not play Cole Anthony. He's going to be on a minutes limit. Thoughts on Wagner? I'm not that high on Wagner. Now that Cole Anthony's back and Wendell Carter's back, the Magic are a team I think you can just fade today. You don't have to play any Magic now that they're getting 2 players back. Okay to have 3 Hawks in cash? I'd assume the 3 Hawks you're playing in cash would be Reddish, Wright, and Collins. So, yeah, I think that's fine, Rob. Forward for 5,400 or less? Let's see. You got Nwora. If he starts, you could play there. You got Okeke, who I still don't mind, but don't love as much. But then you got, Naz Reid, Cam Reddish. So, probably, Naz Reid, Cam Reddish, just straight up are the guys I like most. Assuming you don't already have both of them. Mitchell, Russell, or SGA? Give me Russell, but that's close between him and Mitchell. $23 forward. I would probably take Josh Hart or Kuzma there. Nicholas, one of those 2 guys. If you're playing a $23 forward, I can already tell you the lineup you have because it's. I was looking at the same build. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I literally could build out the lineup in my head because I was looking at the same lineup where I had to have a $23 forward. Ingram or Westbrook? Honestly, give me Brandon Ingram over Westbrook. Sure thing, Rob. Sure thing, my man. $4,900 shooting guard small forward on DK have Reddish roster. Okay, let's see. So shooting guard small forward. Let's just look at the U2. Or let's look at everybody. You said 4,900. Let's see. You got Sterling Brown, who would be a guy that I'd have there, maybe. Already have Reddish. Probably Diallo, honestly. With all these Detroit guys out, I think Diallo, if he plays good minutes, Hamidou Diallo can do really well in the minutes that he gets. And you'd have to think he plays a lot with so many guys out for Detroit, so I probably would take Diallo there. Shooting guard under $21 you like on Yahoo. I mean, if you can find $2, I would definitely try and play Levert, because Levert's $23, and Levert is by far the best shooting guard on Yahoo. But if you're looking under 21, I think, you know, you got Malik Beasley, you got Evan Fournier. Probably those two guys would be my first picks. Can I play Kuzma and Dinwiddie together? I think you can, Gabriel. I think it's fine. You know, Kuzma, I'm not as interested in at his price tag because he's like almost 7K. But I think you can still play those guys together. Like, it wouldn't be surprising to see Kuzma put up 40 and Dinwiddie put up 40 as well. And they both be solid at their price tags, especially Dinwiddie. Ryan Reddish, Diallo, Collins, Hernan Gomez, Levert, Fournier, Jokic. I think that's solid, Ryan. I think that's solid, my man. LaMelo or Murray? Give me Dejounte Murray. Drew, Gary Harris, Brunson, Reddish, Collins, Okeke, Hernan Gomez, Jokic. Yeah, I'm not like the Orlando guys, Gary Harris, Okeke. Just with Wendell Carter back, with Cole Anthony back, I'm just not excited about those Magic guys. Like, I think they could really disappoint tonight. So, yeah, I think I'd be probably off of them, honestly. Like, I think on Yahoo, Levert's the best play on Yahoo, in my opinion. So I would probably try and play Levert in one of those spots and then change some things around. You the man, Noah? Smash the like button. Hey, guys, smash the like button. You heard my man, Tony. Smash the like button, fellas. I'm out of here, though. We've been live for 30 minutes. I got to go update my Patreon content. You know, so far we've gotten most of the news in terms of question marks, but there's just guys are still getting ruled out for COVID protocols. It just keeps happening. So, you know, make sure you're paying attention to news. It's a crazy slate, though, man. It's going to be a really high scoring slate. If you're one of these people that gets mad when you score 300 points and you don't cash, well, don't even play today because you're probably going to need 300 plus points to cash today. It's going to be super high scoring slate, but should be a fun one, man. We'll see how it goes. But no games tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and there's no games, so I will not be streaming or anything tomorrow. But I'll obviously have a video up for the Christmas Day slate. I don't know when I'm going to get that posted, but I'll get it posted at some point. I won't be live Christmas Day. You know, I'll be with the family and stuff. But, you know, Christmas is on Sunday, or Christmas is on Saturday. Then, you know, we got Sunday. I usually don't stream Sundays, but I'll be back Monday. So, you know, make sure you're paying attention to the channel. I have my Christmas Day video posted probably sometime tomorrow, maybe late tonight if the salaries are out, and then I'll be back on Monday. Yeah, guys, best of luck tonight. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy some time with your family. Have a good Christmas, and we will see you guys Monday. Good luck, fellas.